Something massive is brewing in Washington, and if you're an XRP holder, this might be the most important video you've ever watched. In recent months, the United States Congress has taken monumental steps toward crafting a comprehensive regulatory framework for digital assets. At the center of those discussions, whether explicitly named or not, is XRP. The token that was once fighting for its survival in court is now being looked at as a viable solution for America's digital future. What once was considered speculative hope is now emerging as legislative reality, with Ripple's XRP positioned as a legitimate utility token that could solve major inefficiencies in the U.S. financial system. Let's begin with legislation. One of the most notable bills making waves is the bipartisan Loomis-Gillibrand Responsible Financial Innovation Act, which has garnered significant attention. This sweeping piece of legislation aims to finally define which digital assets fall under the jurisdiction of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission and which are considered securities under the SEC, providing much-needed clarity. The critical detail here is the clear distinction the bill makes between payment tokens and investment contracts, which has been a gray area for too long. While XRP is not named directly, the bill's definitions of utility tokens, those used primarily for payment or settlement, describe XRP's function to a T, making its role clearer. This is no accident, but a deliberate move. Congressional staffers have been briefed extensively by blockchain experts, and Ripple has actively engaged with lawmakers to educate them about the role XRP plays in cross-border financial infrastructure, ensuring they understand its importance. Many analysts now see the Loomis-Gillibrand bill as the first real step toward embracing XRP as a foundational part of the U.S. digital asset ecosystem, marking a significant milestone. But it's not just in legislation where XRP is gaining ground. In recent congressional hearings, Ripple's on-demand liquidity system has been directly referenced and praised. During a Financial Services Committee meeting earlier this year, multiple representatives raised concerns about the outdated, expensive, and slow SWIFT banking system, the very system Ripple set out to disrupt. In one exchange that quickly went viral, a congressman asked bluntly, "Why are we still relying on a 50-year-old messaging protocol when technologies like Ripple's ODL exist?" That question didn't come out of thin air. It reflects a growing realization in Washington that Ripple's solution isn't theoretical. It's already being used by dozens of banks and financial institutions across the globe, moving billions of dollars faster and cheaper than legacy rails. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. The US is deep into discussions around launching a central bank digital currency. The digital dollar is no longer science fiction. The Federal Reserve has already launched Project Hamilton, and the Treasury Department is working on public-private partnerships to explore infrastructure solutions for issuing and distributing a digital USD. One of the biggest technical challenges facing CBDCs globally is interoperability. How do you connect a US digital dollar with other fiat systems around the world in real time, efficiently, and securely? That's where XRP comes in. According to insider reports and leaked documents from think tanks advising Congress, XRP is being explored as a potential bridge asset for US CBC trials. In fact, Ripple has already developed pilot programs with countries like Palau, Bhutan, and others to demonstrate how XRP can serve as the connective tissue between traditional finance and blockchain-powered digital money. If this happens, if XRP becomes the official bridge asset for US cross-border transactions, the implications are staggering and far-reaching. We're not just talking about crypto speculation anymore. This is a fundamental shift. We're talking about XRP becoming a part of the infrastructure of the world's most powerful financial system, integrating deeply. And here's the kicker. If Congress passes a law or regulation that mandates the use of Ripple's technology for specific government payments like foreign aid, military logistics, or international settlements, the demand for XRP could skyrocket in ways the market has never seen before, creating unprecedented opportunities. We're not just speculating on price based on hype or temporary trends. We're now discussing structural demand built into national policy, a game changer for the market. That's why some analysts are floating that wild-sounding yet increasingly plausible $1,000 price target for XRP. Let's break it down and explore the potential future of XRP. Today, XRP trades at under $1, making it accessible to many investors. Its current market cap is in the tens of billions, reflecting significant interest in investment. But if Ripple is chosen as the default cross-border solution for even 5 to 10% of U.S. international financial activity, which totals in the trillions annually, that would create a sustained institutional demand for XRP that would dwarf anything we've seen before. Analysts like Matthew Breen from Cryptocharged estimate that even conservative adoption levels could push XRP into the $100 to $500 range, a significant increase. Others, like Barry D. from the XRP Millionaires Club, go further, stating that a $1,000 valuation could happen if XRP becomes a global reserve settlement asset, a sort of digital oil for financial infrastructure. Yes, that sounds like moon math to some, but remember, Bitcoin was $1 in 2011, and look where it is now. Ethereum was under $1 in 2015, yet it has grown exponentially. Crypto has made the impossible possible time and time again, defying expectations and creating new opportunities. And what about the smart money? Well, it's already moving. Whale Alert has reported multiple large XRP transfers in recent weeks. Millions of tokens moved from anonymous wallets into cold storage or strategic exchange accounts. These aren't retail investors. These are institutions, funds, and perhaps insiders who see the legislative writing on the wall. They're not buying meme coins. They're buying infrastructure. When whales accumulate during periods of political momentum, it's rarely a coincidence. It's positioning, it's preparation, it's the calm before the storm. Let's not forget the macro picture either. The global financial system is under strain. Inflation, rising interest rates, banking crises, and geopolitical instability are forcing governments to rethink how money moves. Blockchain is no longer a niche experiment. It's the inevitable upgrade to a broken legacy system. And among the hundreds of crypto projects out there, only a handful have real-world use cases, institutional partnerships, and the regulatory clarity to scale. XRP is at the top of that list. So where does this all lead us? In short, if U.S. lawmakers continue down this path, if the Loomis-Gillibrand bill or similar legislation passes, and if XRP is tapped as the official settlement layer for cross-border U.S. financial activity, the floodgates could open. 1,000 XRP. Maybe not overnight, maybe not even this year, but in the next 5 to 10 years, as global finance shifts from paper-based systems to blockchain rails, XRP is uniquely positioned to benefit in a way few assets ever have. So what do you think? Is XRP really on the verge of becoming America's digital bridge? Or is this just another overhyped theory? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We read everyone. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe for more XRP deep dives, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss what comes next. This isn't just the future of XRP, it's the future of finance. Stay tuned, stay bullish, and stay informed.